What's going on, Giants fans? This is Carp from NY. I'm here with Big Carp as well. Uh, First day of free agency, and it was a big one. There was a lot of trades, a lot of pickups from different
Surprises.
teams. First off, the first surprise that surprised us was the trade with Houston and the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Very surprising trade there. DeAndre Hopkins did get traded to the Arizona Cardinals, pairing up with Kyler Murray. That's going to be an awesome pair right there. I'm really excited to see how that goes. David Johnson goes there, and as long as I think they got a fourth round pick as well, or a second round pick. Either
Texans still got to pay him $10 million.
And the Texans still got to pay. So tough news there with Texans. But for the Giants. First thing for the Giants, Leonard Williams was tagged. It's approximately $16 million against the cap. I was kind of shaky about this because, I mean, what if Leonard Williams, does play good, and then the Giants have an issue where, okay, well, Dave Gibbons like, we have to pay him, like, and I'm not really a fan. I wasn't really a big fan of Leonard Williams. He is good in the run game. I'll give him that. He is good in the run game. Pass game, half a sack. I'm not impressed with, but the Leonard Williams will be back with the Giants. So it's going to be interesting there.
Yeah, but in terms of the Leonard Williams thing, Sean, they did the franchise tag, but they're going to try to do a contract where the average salary is like $12-13 million a year. I mean, still, I was never a fan of this trade. We gave up a third and a fifth round pick for him. He was the sixth pick in the draft like 4 years ago. He still, to me, hasn't lived up to his potential. Maybe new coaching staff, give him a kick in the butt. He's going to prove it, even though it's franchise tag, he's going to try to prove himself more. So he can get a bigger contract, a long-term contract. But this is a no-nonsense coaching staff. They're going to work his behind. They're going to push him to the limits. And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I'm quite sure they're going to let him go as a free agent. And then it's going to be a loss that Dave Gettleman, just has on his record. That's just, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Gettleman gave up some quality picks. I mean, he gave up a third and a fifth round pick.
Which is a high third round pick.
And the thing is, the problem I had with it is, okay, look at the Giants, what they did this year in drafting, or last season. They drafted Darius Slade and Brian Conley in the fifth round pick. That shows you how valuable that pick is. Third round pick, too. It's a valuable pick.
The third round pick is a premium, and it's a third round pick at the top of the draft. So that's, experts would say it's like a late 2. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
And that's quality. The Giants, think about if they would have kept that pick. Well, you got circumstances. Okay, Giants do need a tall receiver. They could have got a tall receiver at that spot, and in the second round, they could have got their, which we presumed either off tackle or right tackle at that second round, at the third round spot.
Well, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we get the premium.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. I mean, we're gonna see. It all depends on what the Giants do in free agency. I mean, it all depends.
Yeah, and to add to that, I'm so glad that they did do the free agency. It says that the draft is still going to be on. Listen to Ian Rappaport at NFL.com. And on the NFL Network said the draft will still be on, which starts on April 23rd. The bad thing is that it's not going to be in Vegas, which was going to be so exciting.
And Ian Rappaport talked about it on NFL Network. And what he was talking about is what will be is most likely the media will be in a room with the commissioner, and what they'll be doing is pretty much just focusing on him, and he's going to say the pick. And then, it's going to be awkward because you're not going to hear the crowd.
In the late 70s, and when they started doing it on ESPN, when the commissioner would just stand there with a piece of paper. First round pick, Lawrence Taylor, New York Giants. It'll be something like that. I'm hoping something changes. I don't see it right now. It's, We just got to wait and see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and also what also happened this weekend was the new CBA proposal as well.
Not a fan of it.
I wasn't a fan of it. 17 game regular season will happen next season, but the playoffs there will be I think two extra teams or one extra
just
team
one
from
extra
each
team in each
AFC
conference.
NFC. So
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. He's not a big fan of this. I mean, it's putting more games in there and it's adding teams that really don't deserve to play. I believe there was Pittsburgh that would have made the playoffs last year and another team as well. I'm not a fan of that at all. And it gives teams a chance to make the playoffs that really don't deserve it. If you're good, you deserve to make it to the playoffs. That's just how it is. I mean, you can't just, oh, well, we're going to make the playoffs. Like, I think Dallas would have made the playoffs too. I don't remember. I don't think it would have been Dallas. Yeah, I don't think it would have been Dallas. But it's still, I'm not a big fan of it. It's not a good idea.
No.
But
if you go to the history of the NFL, when Jim Brown was playing back in the days, he played 12 games. I remember when O.J. Simpson rushed for 2,000 yards, he did in 14 games. So the NFL got cute and said, let's go to a 16-game schedule, which is fine. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. 16 games is perfect.
It
You
was.
don't need it
I
anymore,
like the
right?
16 games.
All these people say, oh, there's too many preseason games. No, the teams need the 4 preseason games, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They
you
need them to
That's how
evaluate players. The coaches want those 4
Yep.
preseason games.
That's how you build a profile and making a run to get a job in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
These reporters and guys who never played and geeky guys and computer rooms and all that talking about, well, why they gotta have 4 preseason games? No one goes to them. You know what? Lower the prices on the preseason games. Give the tickets out real cheap to the fans because there's fans that can't go to regular season games because they can't afford it. So make the preseason games really cheap, and you'll get a lot of fans in the stands. And then the players, they need this. They need this work. That's why it takes teams to like the 4th week in September to really get going because they're not playing enough of their starters in preseason. They're just playing the guys that are trying to make the end of the roster, usually special team guys and all that. But if you got a rookie quarterback, he needs all 4 preseason games.
yeah, look at it like I said, Daniel
running
Jones,
backs, you know?
for example, need that work.
They need all 4 preseason games. You know, get the rust out, to get accumulated with the offense. You know, get on board. You know what I mean? Get a rhythm going. You know what I mean? They need that, and the coaches are going to tell you they need that because the coaches want those 4 preseason games.
Absolutely. Now we wanted to talk about. Do you have anything?
Yeah. Also in that CBA deal, it's 10 years. I mean, I there was 500 guys that didn't vote it. The difference between the yes and no vote was 60. I think it's 61, 60 or 61 players.
Yes, around there.
You really needed. How can 500 guys not vote?
I know.
You need to go out and vote.
Yeah.
Where were these guys at?
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's terrible, man. There's guys that fought for years. I know Mike Golick talks about it on ESPN. There are guys who fought hard for those votes and to get just any extra because, you know, the owners, they're greedy. They don't want to give you anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you got to fight for
money.
everything.
Yeah.
And guys were mad, like Bobby Wagner on the Seattle Seahawks, the linebacker. How can guys not? He was like, guys, how can guys not go and vote? He said it was a bad deal. Aaron Rodgers was against it. We know Russell Wilson was always against it. We know Richard Sherman. You know, all these guys, man.
Yeah. So I mean, not a good move for the NFL.
Yeah. The only good thing that comes out of it is the veteran guys.
Cap.
They'll get more benefits and they'll get a better pension. I remember Jeff Eagles, former player for the New York Giants and the Eagles and a couple other teams. He talked about it, you know, because he's been in the league over 10 years. So he'll get a better insurance, like medical benefits and a little bit more money added to his NFL pension. So for somebody like him, it's good, you know.
Yeah, so we want to talk about now what the Giants did this free agency. Now, the big thing, which I told you guys this was one of the guys the Giants were looking at. James Bradbury has signed a contract with the Giants. It's a 3-year, $45 million.
Mm-hmm. 32 million
32
guaranteed.
million guaranteed.
And it's not a hard
And
contract.
it's not. It's pretty. I think it's only 2 years with the team option or something like
Yeah,
that.
so
if
by
it
the time
doesn't
he's
work
30,
out, they can move on. So it was really a smart deal for the Giants. I really like this deal. James Bradbury, I'm going to talk about his stats real quick. This was from the 2019 season against top tier receivers. So this was week 2. He goes against Mike Evans. Mike Evans, 6 targets, 3 catches, 61 yards, no touchdowns. Week 4 against DeAndre Hopkins, who just got traded. 6 targets, 3 receptions, 27 yards. So he had him on lock. Week 6 against Mike Evans, 13 targets, 7 catches, 82 yards. Against Julio Jones, week 11, 4 targets, 2 receptions, 30 yards. Locked down. Next time, Michael Thomas, 5 targets, 5 catches, 51 yards, 1 touchdown. So he allowed 1 touchdown against the top rated receiver so far. Next, against Julio Jones again. 6 targets, 4 receptions, 4 catches, 64 yards. On lock again, not too bad. Against DK Metcalf, who's the top receiver now in the NFL. 3 targets, 1 reception, 17 yards.
basically.
And that was in week 15. Week 14 was Julio. Week 17, Michael Thomas, 2 targets, 0 receptions. 2 targets, 0 receptions, 0 yards. So James Bradbury proves that he can be a top cornerback in this league, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too. Now, I was listening to Bob Glover with New York Newsday a couple hours ago, and he's like, he's a solid player. He's a little bit of an upgrade. But he was kind of downgrading it a little bit.
I disagree. I disagree with him.
Hey, you don't have to be an all-pro. If you're really good and you do your job and you're healthy and they don't get a lot of touchdowns on you, they make a lot of plays on you.
Exactly.
Position, that's all.
And that's what I'm saying. If you look at his stats, he only allowed 1 touchdown to some of the top receivers in the league. I mean, this guy is a solid quarterback. He's really good in man coverage, which is the Giants are going to be playing a lot this year because you got DeAndre Baker, who's going to be on that other side, playing that man coverage. Then you're going to have Bradbury playing his side. And what I like about Bradbury is he follows the top receiver. He shadows him. And that's what I really like because if you look at, for example, when Darrelle Revis came into the league, it was Revis Island. He was always following the top receivers. I like cornerbacks like that because that makes you smarter and makes you a better, well-rounded player and improves your value.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this. It's going to be awesome having him with these young guys, even helping them guide them through different coverages and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, in this league, you got to have 3 to 4. Now you got to have 4 solid corners because if, like Sean was saying, the defense that the Giants are going to do is if this is what Patrick Graham is going to do, this is what Joe Judge is going to be doing too with Patrick Graham. They're going to run a more press coverage defense, and the quarterbacks are getting the ball out quicker. You got to have good corners that can cover guys because it's important to have those corners get up on them and stop them from getting into their route. You want to really jam them off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's what Bradbury does good at. If you watch the game he played against Mike Evans, he was really good at on the line of scrimmage because Mike Evans is a big receiver.
Yes, he is.
James Bradbury, he's about 6'1", 6'1.5". He could get on that line of scrimmage and give him a little bump, knock him, and reroute him. So I really like this. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Giants add after this. Now, there's a couple options here. There's been reports the Giants are highly pursuing, I believe, Blake Martinez and Jadeveon Clowney. Now, a lot of people are shaky on Jadeveon Clowney. Me personally, I like Jadeveon Clowney because he forces turnovers. He's really good on the rush, on the outside. Like if you got a speedy running back like a McCaffrey or you have Alvin Kamara, someone like that. He's good at stopping them. He's good at forcing turnovers. The sacks, we can work with it. He'll be able to, especially with Coach Chaos. I think he'll do a solid job if he comes to the Giants. Uh, but I'm solid on Clowney. We also have Blake Martinez as well. Blake Martinez, he's not the best pass coverage on it. He's not really good at that. He's more like people are saying David Mayo style, but I think he's a better tackler. Absolutely. But I can work with
information on him is he makes a lot of tackles, but he's not good in coverage. But that's the difference between him and Corey Littleton. Littleton, who I would prefer over Blake.
Me too.
Is more of a coverage guy. And if you remember the last video we talked about, we had Michael Boley. When we went to the Super Bowl in 2011, he was a great cover linebacker. Now, he would make tackles, but sometimes he would take business decisions on some tackles. But he was really good in coverage. But I think Corey Littleton is a really excellent coverage linebacker. Plus, he can make tackles too. Also, there's a linebacker, Jordan Jenkins, on the New York Jets that the Giants would be interested in too. So we're going to see what happens because Clowney, I like his athleticism, and then he is a freak of nature, as they say. But the only thing that may scare me with him is that once he gets that big contract, is his motor skills going to be running 100% every game.
Mm-hmm.
He gets that money. Not play hard.
I think he'll
I got paid. And I'll take a down off here and there and play when I want. Is the motivation going to be there? The good thing is that we have a really good coaching staff who are good teachers, and they're going to push guys to the limit, especially Joe Judge, because he has that Nick Saban, Bill Belichick type of mentality. But he's going to do it in his own way. But he learned from two of the greatest coaches that ever walked the face of the earth. So I'm hoping if they was fortunate to sign him, we know it's going to be a lot of money, probably like $20 million or so.
For who? Is that?
For Jadeveon Clowney per year.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney would probably be roughly around 22, 23 million. They're gonna have to pay for him. There's two other guys now. Kyle Van Noy's out the books. He did sign with the Dolphins. Byron Jones signed with the Dolphins as well, so they're out. They were Byron Jones was, I think, signed right after Bradbury. And the Giants were up there, but the thing is at the end with Kyle Van Noy, but the tax dollars, it sucks because of New York, the tax. So, but anyways, a couple guys we had also. Marcus Golden he wants to come back to the Giants. I like what Golden did. He did have he did have a lot of sacks. I'll give him that. He definitely deserves to get a contract. I don't know if the Giants are thinking, okay, maybe we go with him. There's also Dante Fowler too, Dante Fowler Jr., who I like as well. We'll see what the Giants do at that outside linebacker spot, because if they fill the middle linebacker spot and they leave that side open, I'm expecting Isaiah Simmons to fill that spot.
Well, you still got bargain guys out there.
Exactly. You still got those.
There's Vic Beasley, who's out there. Now there's other. I mean, now we know we got our corner, but
as slot corner.
Yeah,
it's still available.
Rhodes is out there, but he's not a slot corner.
There's still a lot though out there. That
Marcus Trufant got cut today, but he's not a slot corner.
Now, what's his name?
Prince McCord is still out there, but is he somebody you're going to move to slot, or would they sign him and talk to him about moving to safety? You never know.
There's a possibility. There's a possibility there.
You know what I'm saying? That's just something to look into. We know the Giants might be looking for another safety in the draft. We know the top safety is probably Greg Delpit. Greg Delpit, that's coming out of LSU, who's on that national championship team. And there's some other pretty good safeties
too
in the draft. I still want the offensive lineman, but we know the Giants are going to go to phase 2 and 3. They're going to look for more bargain guys as free agency goes on. There's still center that they'll be looking at. Depth on the offensive line, depth at linebacker. You never know if they might look for another corner. You know.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to see who the Giants can fit. I think Trey Waynes, that's the name I had up there. Trey Waynes. If they really want to, they could bring him in as a slot cornerback.
With the slot, maybe?
And I don't think he'll be too expensive either. You throw him at the slot. I would like to see the Giants do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of corners out there.
There's actually a lot. I would not be surprised if you see the Giants sign another guy just for the slot, though. I don't think they're going to sign
another guy. We still got Valentine. We still got Love.
You really want DeAndre Baker to be that other guy.
Because, you want Bill to get in the run. You want Valentine, who will be a really good just nickel dime corner.
There's also Logan Ryan. I don't know if they put him in the slot. We'll have to see what they do there. Yeah.
It was a busy day today. There was just trades going on with, I think it was DeForest Buckner who went to the Colts.
For a first-round pick.
Their first-round pick. We know the other day, Calais Campbell was traded to
Baltimore.
What was it?
Baltimore
Ravens.
Yeah. For a fifth round. Now, the Giants are going to have to improve on their interior linemen. They're going to have to get a center in free agency because the Eagles did just trade for another interior lineman, and their interior line with Fletcher Cox is going to be very explosive. The Giants are going to have to get another center. I know Jalapeno. I don't know. Right now, Spencer Pulley is the starting center, so they're going to have to bring in a guy.
You sign somebody to
draft one, either
or you draft. There's this DeRuiz kid who's a really good center at the University of Michigan. He's probably going to be there in the second or third round. Probably the second round he'll be there. I mean, if the Giants want to take him, he probably won't be there in the third round and fourth round. So, as the days go by, we're going to see what happens. Today was just the first day. A lot went down. I'm quite sure there's deals in the works.
We got breaking news. The Bills have just traded or acquired Stephon Diggs from the Vikings.
Wow.
Big
You're talking about helping out your quarterback?
Wow. That is a blockbuster trade. That is a blockbuster trade. Breaking news on the YouTube channel right now. The Bills have acquired Stephon Diggs.
And they want to get Josh Allen, the quarterback.
Allen.
They want to get him
you got a young running back in there
as possible. So Stephon Diggs is a deep threat. Now they got a lot of speed at the wide receiver.
Yes, they do.
Allen's not real accurate, but he's got a cannon.
So they have John Brown, I believe, right? Cole Beasley, and they have Stephon Diggs. That is an explosive offense. They are making a run for 20.
Yeah, see, they're going after the Patriots now because the Patriots have been losing players year after year after year, and you just don't know if Tom Brady's going to be there or not. I still think he is, but you never know. Tom Brady might be out of there, and Belichick will be starting with a new quarterback.
Yes, sir. But that's going to do it all for us Giants fans. We are going to have more information. If more news breaks tonight, I will have another video out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, tomorrow we will have a video up by the evening tomorrow.
And Jay Glazer said it.
Yeah, Jay Glazer just put that out.
Said earlier
that there was
probably around 3:00 today that there was going to be a big trade coming down.
And
it might come down later on in the evening.
And I thought it was the other. I thought it was the other trade with the DeForest Buckner, but this is.
Oh, this is a big one. I mean, the DeAndre Hopkins one is the biggest of the day. I mean, Houston. Bill O'Brien has no idea what he's doing.
But that's gonna do it all for us. We're gonna. I'll leave my my Twitter right here. You'll see it.
I'll make sure I have mine to the next video out. I'm sorry because we're about to close down. Like our page. Give us feedback. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
This is a very exciting time. Please be careful with the COVID-19. The coronavirus. Make sure you wash your hands.
Absolutely.
Try not to. Hug people or give handshakes.
Yeah, and make sure you try to stay inside the best you can. Don't go out.
Yeah, if you know someone's sick, stay away from them. Remember to take care of your family members, your friends, your coworkers, and your neighbors.
Yeah, but that's going to do it all. We'll catch you guys later. See you guys later, Giants fans.